Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show about creaks and other sounds that we're trying to eliminate, but...
You pooted. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't try to cover it up. We all heard it.
Two guys just pooting.
Yeah.
It's me and my old Creaky Poots, what they call me.
Yeah. Well,
add that to my nicknames. Dry Tubs, Tyrone, Creaky Poots.
Creaky Poots.
Aww.
That is sweet. That is kind of a sweet name. I think that one might stick.
Great.
Yay!
Talk about old games. Today, we teased it. Today is episode 300.
Air horns.
We made a big deal about episode 100. Didn't even mention episode 200. So now we'll make a big deal about episode 300.
Is that how that went? What did we do for 100? Was that we didn't fail at maths at 100, did we?
No, that
what
was
did we
much
do?
earlier on.
Yeah.
Because we talked about doing Fallout 3 because of Vault 101.
Uh-huh.
But we did something, I can't remember what we did.
I don't either.
But I remember we talked about it. Like 101 was like our first 100 retrospective or something like that.
Sure.
So today...
I'm on it. I'll tell you guys what it is in 5 minutes.
I see that downcast
As
logo.
the internet.
Has yours been slow to load and stuff, or is that just my ancient phone?
No,
my downcast has been kind of...
No, mine's been fine.
Yeah, I just got to upgrade, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah. Phones are expensive.
Yep. Damn right. But today, episode 300, I'm very excited. I've mentioned doing this for a long time.
You
Now
have.
it's happening.
You have.
With two people who I think are perfect to do it with.
I agree.
Jacob and Galen.
Hey.
So
What's
good.
up, guys?
Hey, guys.
So good.
What up?
Yep.
Not much. Just me and Creaky Poots hanging out in the room.
Yeah.
We're starting this one off a house of fire right now.
We are all, like, I'm looking across the room. It's like all of us looking fucking exhausted.
Well, and there's something.
Everybody's dreading what's on the table
There's
here.
a terrifying
Yeah.
elephant in the room.
I don't even know how to describe what that looks like.
For the record, episode 200 was Bomberman 64. That
was our big blowout
And
episode.
I don't think we even talked about it being 200
No.
at all. Yeah.
I'm still looking.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me explain what this thing is in front of us. This food for us to try.
It looks like meat. It looks like raw meat.
That's how you know it's good.
Doesn't it? That looks like raw meat.
I think it looks like old tomatoes.
Old tomatoes.
Yeah, it to me it looks
Dehydrated
like
tomatoes.
in
Yeah.
in,
Persimmons that fell from the tree and they're about to
Exactly.
rot. Yeah.
in
The
Hedwig
color.
and the Angry Inch, where Hedwig's mom is cutting up tomatoes and she throws some at his face. That's what it looks like to me. I know that that's kind of a deep, specific cut, but
That's very specific.
A bunch
what I thought of.
of just a box of genitals on the table.
Yeah.
Is that what that thing's about? Hedwig? I've never seen it.
The Angry Inch.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Is that the sequel?
Good.
Lufia 2.
Okay.
Lufia 2 was 100. So I don't know if you guys made a big deal out of that either.
I don't think we've
I think
ever made it.
we mentioned it. But
Like,
yeah.
woo, we did it.
Too.
Here we are.
300s are where it's at around
Yeah.
here. 300
It's
that's
true.
I feel like we've mentioned it way too much.
Already. It's too much of a build-up.
I know.
Anyway, Hedwig and the Angry Inch is one of my favorite movies. I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a meditation on like loneliness and what it takes to belong and stuff like that. So
And it's a musical.
and there are songs
true.
in it. Yeah. So I love it.
No,
I adore
it's a
it.
musical. There aren't songs in it. It's a musical.
Well, he was trying to sell it to me. I feel like which had a lot to do with this word.
And the Angry Inch makes me cringe so hard every time I think about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, why?
It's about a botched surgery.
All right. Okay.
That's what the angry inch is in reference to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
East Germany.
Jacob has reclined.
I'm gonna try and make this work.
All right. He is adjusting the microphone.
This might be a good thing to cut out.
maybe. Because we're all trying to get comfortable here to record.
You look adorable
cute.
now.
Hey guys, feeling pretty good.
I just want to put my dick on your head.
Well, that'd be okay. We're friends.
Like a dick beret.
We've been friends long enough. I can accept that.
What is? How long is that? How much longer do I have to wait?
We're there. We're fine.
You and Tyrone are there
Yeah.
because you guys hang out more often. But we still have 6 months of like solid hanging out left.
Well, Dave,
Okay.
we've been friends since we've been friends for 14 years now, Dave. So we're there. It's good.
Dang.
It doesn't feel like it. It does not feel like it's been 14 years.
No, it doesn't. That's actually kind of depressing to think that it's been that long.
That life has gone that quickly.
Yeah, not that we've been friends that long,
Yeah.
but just that. Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, 'cause I went with you to Paris, Tennessee when you turned 21 to buy alcohol.
I know.
Wow.
I know. That was a long ass time.
Yeah.
You want to talk about two old guys?
We're making
Me too. I'm there.
Yeah, we're making anybody who is older than us feel really, really bad.
Sorry, Ian.
You.
Ian accepts his lot. He's a sage. He's past the point where he's old now. He's just like, now it's respectful.
No, he's just wise.
Yeah.
There's an old man talking on a stump. Everybody come listen.
Got a lot to say.
All right, let's eat this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, so my brother is a big fan
No, let's
of...
keep stalling, please. 'Cause I don't want to. Let's
We
stop.
gotta. If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
No, I don't want to eat this. I thought I did.
I don't
but
want
now
to either.
Now I see it. I
never
don't.
did.
It looks
It's
so
okay,
gross.
guys. We have Tim Hortons donuts to wash it down.
Well, that's.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to eat a Tim Hortons donut for an hour after I eat this because I know that that's not gonna taste good with.
But I've never had a Tim Hortons donut.
I
So I should have
know, right?
that instead of the stuff that's in that box.
None of us have ever had Tim Hortons.
That's a lie.
None of us
I
are
have.
Canadian.
I don't want that. I don't want that angry itch, y'all.
I ate a whole dozen ones by myself when I went to Ann Arbor, Michigan from Tim Hortons.
Oh, not Tim Hortons. I thought for a second you were like, I had a dozen of these sour bullshit plums.
Can you not tell I'm inside out? My brother is a big fan of Rhett and Link, and they do a lot of like food tasting shows. And for one, they did a show where they ate like a Carolina Reaper and a lot of spicy foods. And there's no like, there's the Scoville scale for heat, but there's not anything for sour. So they just wanted to take a variety of sour foods and try to make their own ranking system. And according to, I guess, the internet, this is the most sour food in the world. Like, they ate this candy called Toxic Waste, which is the most sour artificial food in the world, and this beats it. So this is the Umbashi Sour Plum that Ryan spent $20 and had these Japanese plums shipped to us to eat.
Oh man. Hey, side note, do you think that there's a small town somewhere called Scoville and they're all just about spicy foods? They're kind of kooky.
Like the way our our metropolis across the river is all about Superman.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's what their town subsists
Exactly.
on.
Like it's a town out of an RPG where it's like, oh, welcome to Scoville.
Yeah.
We'll sell you. Do you want to get toasty?
Exactly.
They all look like Guy Fieri. They're wearing like black button-ups with like flame emblems on the bottom.
I don't know about
Real
you guys,
spiky hair.
but I want to go. Really
Welcome
bad.
to Scoville.
I want to go.
That heat
Flavor
index
Town,
was
USA.
created, and they were like, "Oh, tourism!
Yes.
We got it."
The blonde goatee capital of the world. Or what do you call the piece of hair under your lip?
Soul patch.
Like I mean, this is the soul patch, right? But what is
No,
like?
this
No,
is the
it's all
soul
the soul
patch
patch.
right here.
Soul patch. All right.
It's all
This
a
is
soul
just a
patch.
straight up.
So brown
goatee,
goatee, blonde soul patch. So I've got 4 forks.
Jesus. All right.
Remember that time we renamed Waynesboro to Scoville just for the tourism money?
And
Wayne was pissed.
Yeah.
Paul and Chandra narrowly missed out on being the ones that would do
God
that.
dang it.
Touch the bullet.
And I hate eating.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna open
Ridiculous
it. I can
shit.
smell these fuckers
Yeah.
already.
I'm gonna
Like,
crack this open. Everybody grab a fork.
I want to.
These look like tiny.
I feel like one of us
Red
has to eat it
potatoes.
first.
No, I think we'd all do it at the same time.
I think if we all do it at the same time, it's just going to be like a wash of sound.
Yeah, you're probably
I
right.
feel like one person-
Maybe we should do it one at a time.
But I feel like if one of us does it, we all have to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dave.
Like
No,
one
I'm
of us
gonna
can't
do
make
it.
an awful reaction and then everybody else bail.
No, I'm not gonna bet.
I will go first.
All right.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to
Pick which one.
Your bravery is
I,
out.
I,
dealer's
I, don't, I have
choice.
no idea.
Yeah, we don't want anyone here
God,
to
it
hurt.
mushed on your fork.
No, it's just like when Tom Green picked up that cat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to eat now.
You're gonna eat the whole thing and you put the whole
I'm
fucking
gonna
thing
pop
in your
this
mouth.
whole fucking thing in my
Holy
mouth. I think
shit.
that's what.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Let's all make an agreement before you go doing something rash. I don't think I want to put a whole one of those
one
fuckers
plum
in my
at a
mouth.
time.
Half a plum.
I think that's at each of our discretion. I think
Because I'm gonna split one of those motherfuckers. That is huge.
Yeah,
Oh,
I picked the
man.
biggest one. And I'm gonna eat all of it.
do
All
it.
right. Here we
All
go.
right, the umboshi.
And I'm honestly really worried about Tyrone taking this like a champ and then looking like a total pussy.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna look like.
I'm gonna fight it, no matter what it is. I'm gonna
Damn
make
it.
it
I
look
can
like it's
smell
nothing.
I can. Yeah.
I like sour stuff, not as much as I like hot stuff. So we'll
You
see
can-
how this goes.
You can get the hiccup burps.
You just like
I don't know what happens when I eat something that sour.
Yeah.
All right.
vomit.
Yeah, it has a stem or something in it. Oh, a
Oh,
seed.
seed.
God, he's not even flinching.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of a monster.
It is not as bad as I expected.
But it
Oh,
is
okay.
sour, yeah.
It is very sour.
Yeah, I can tell
Okay.
from your expression.
All right, Jacob.
But
Jacob's
beware
up
of
to
this.
bat.
The texture is awful.
See, that's what
Yeah.
I'm not. I look at that. That is gross.
It's gonna
looks-
fall off your fork, Jacob.
It's like a fucking butthole.
Hey, Galen, now I know what's your butthole. The monstrosity that is your butthole.
Galen, you may want to go to the doctor.
Probably. Probably.
All right. Oh God.
But be careful with the seed.
Do it.
I don't want to do this.
Do it.
Oh, Jacob's gonna hate this most of all.
Yeah.
Why is everyone doing a whole one? You're driving me
You guys put
crazy.
this- I'll take the seed.
What do you think? How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, that is awful.
Oh my gosh.
Not just sour, but awful.
It tastes bad. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not. Tyrone's right that the sourness is not the worst part about it.
It's-
that it is a bad taste.
It
is the worst part
smells
about it.
like vinegar.
Yeah,
Like that.
It's pickled.
That to me is that it just smells.
it is. These are pickled
like
Okay.
vinegar. Okay, here we go.
It's like this.
Oh
Is,
my god.
That was immediate.
Oh.
That was immediate.
I mean, it's sort of like
oh
why
my God.
cannibalism doesn't make sense.
Oh
you
my
know?
god. I can't.
Get rid of it.
Galen wants to
Get
run
rid of
away,
it.
but she has headphones on.
Get rid of it.
Oh my god. I can't.
Bring me a towel, please.
Oh my god.
All right, so I gotta eat one of these now. That was cool.
I'm glad that Galen had a big reaction. I needed that.
I can't tell if this is gonna be a super sour one.
Yeah, I wonder if I need to eat one that's really crinkly. One that looks like a hot ball sack.
Eat them all, man.
Oh man, this does not smell good.
See?
no one sniffed it.
No, I just had to do it.
Describe the bouquet.
This smells like balls.
No, I didn't.
The drink.
No. BAWLS.
BAWLS. That's what it smells like. Oh, it's about to drip. More bad.
Right?
So bad.
Did you bring me a towel?
Okay, here's the TADPOG challenge. We talk like that with one in the middle of our mouth for the,
The
whole
entire
episode.
time. Welcome to episode 300. You hate listening to it as much as we hate doing it.
I don't swallow this.
We just call it sadism and masochism. It's great.
Okay. It's so gross.
It's very gross. You were right.
I'm gonna eat a more wrinkly one.
Jesus Christ, man.
I
Why
I
would you
want
do
to
this
see
to
if
yourself?
I want to know if I'm getting max potency sour.
I will say I'm like
Are you eating another one?
Eat another one.
Oh my God.
I will say, I think that a lot of it is, it's not that sour.
No, it's not the sourness.
That's why I want to eat a more crinkly one to see if it's more sour.
To me, it just tasted like apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
It wasn't the taste for me. It felt like, I don't know, cold flesh in my mouth. I did not like that.
The taste was bad. The texture was bad. It's just bad. It's not particularly sour.
When I don't know, when I spit it out in the toilet there, it looks like a really disgusting turd to take it out.
I definitely flushed that down the toilet. I was not having
the
it.
smaller, more crinklier one. Way worse.
Well,
way more
worse.
sour or just worse tasting?
Both.
Ryan, I spit one of those
my
plums
God.
out in your toilet.
I spit one out too. I could that was
Yeah,
horrendous.
no.
sour is.
It's just
I don't think
gross.
it's a sour.
Yeah,
The one I just ate was, that was pretty fucking sour. It made me gag twice. I had to fight that one to get that one down.
Yeah.
I knew if I tried to swallow it, it was gonna like rubber band up and down my esophagus.
And I'm not even remotely close to being a picky eater. I am texture doesn't bother me, nothing bothers me, and I didn't even get it all the way in my mouth.
What
and
about Jacob? Did Jacob try it?
Jacob ate it.
Jacob ate it.
it's just gross. It wasn't like, oh my God, I can't handle. It's not like eating a ghost pepper or something like that.
But it wasn't the sourness that bothered me because I like sour food, and I agree
too.
with you, Tyler. I don't think it was that sour, but it's like
bad texture.
I knew I could not swallow that.
Yeah.
I would if I would have tried to get that down my throat, I would have thrown up.
Hand me one of those donuts.
I do think this. I can
want a
see where this
donut.
is the most sour natural food
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there is. I can believe that wholeheartedly.
I believe that.
I want to
Alright.
know, what do they taste like? Not pickled.
That's a good question.
Fresh off the tree.
Because I don't think that is more sour than the Japanese candies that Chandra sent us. The ones that wore down my jaw,
lemon
my jaw
ones?
skin. So, yeah, I should have one of those.
I'm gonna try
Don't eat this one.
a Tim Hortons donut.
I am eating a Tim Hortons
You tricked me.
you one, buddy.
maple.
You haven't earned
Canadian
that,
maple.
Ryan. You haven't earned that. Eat a plum.
I will tomorrow. I'm gonna take it to work tomorrow.
At least put it in your
Okay.
mouth.
Oh,
You get to see all those Indians try to eat those.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
from India, Galen.
I'm a whole Indian.
I'm gonna save that.
This donut's great.
I got a little bit of a taste.
Pretty good donut.
Tim Hortons does good donuts. Like I wasn't blown away when I had one, but
Yeah.
it is a quality donut.
It's not like a Krispy Kreme fresh out of the oven.
Right.
Which
That is still the best.
The pinnacle
Nothing
of donut.
is.
I agree.
Guys, those plums are really bad.
They're really bad.
Even this donut can't like erase it from my memory.
I'm telling you.
It's one of those things
waiting
that-
on the donut.
I'm doing the donut has
specifically
revived
because-
me.
But eating, I feel like it's a point of pride to have eaten one of these, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of like one of the grossest things I've ever eaten was when I worked at Asia Teak, and we had pig spine and blood
Ooh.
stew.
Ooh, that is not a thing I would want to eat.
And it was like, that was the thing. Like, I remember the guy who was interning there before me told me, he was like, when they want you to eat something, just eat it. I don't care what it is, how gross it is, roll with it. They'll respect you for it, and you'll do a lot better if you just do it. So, like, I never, like, a lot of people brought in, like, Wendy's and shit. Like, I made sure I ate family meal with them, whatever they were eating, every day that I worked.
Wendy's pig spine's really no good though.
Yeah, their blood is terrible.
It's so warm.
So, yeah,
right.
thanks. And like the pig's blood came in like what looked like a sausage casing, and then they would just slice up this congealed blood and throw it into the stew.
Yeah.
Oh, it's congealed blood. Yikes. That
Yeah.
makes it so much worse. Somehow.
The meat and like the spine and the marrow and things like that was good, but like the soup portion, it's like soup that tastes like you bit your tongue.
Oh, gross.
Yep.
So yeah. The thing they were most impressed that I always ate, probably in a higher quantity than they did, were bean sprouts. I love bean sprouts.
Really?
And that's why then like the chef de cuisine was like, I think you were Asian in a former life. I think so too.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I said to him before I killed him.
Plus,
And now you will be.
I did well because I'm left-handed, and they love left-handed people. Like
Are you
the
lucky?
owner and the chef de cuisine are both left-handed, and that kitchen is geared out for left-handed people.
Oh.
Everyone is born right-handed. Only the greatest overcome it. I have a magnet that says that.
You guys want to talk about? Oh no! Actually, I think we have a quiz to take first.
Woo!
Whoa.
That was too loud.
Because
Sorry.
spoilers. I think I'm the one
No,
that
it's
liked this
perfect.
game.
All right.
So
I mean, you know, I have thoughts about it.
How would we know? We haven't discussed it yet.
It's true.
A valid point.
okay. Try to trick me. All right, Jacob, you can't look. All
I'm
right,
not
so
looking.
after Galen did her wonderful mashup Monday of Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova,
Remix.
so I was like, let's take a 90s music quiz and we'll just see. So this is for everybody. I think
Okay.
you guys will probably kill it combined.
I hope so.
I
All
can't
right.
I can't imagine a music quiz that the three of you together would not do well on.
I'm not super. Galen, I don't know how your musical prowess is, but I know Jacob's is.
Jacob's is
We'll see.
pretty comprehensive.
I feel like remember that show on Comedy
But-
Central, like Beat the Nerds or whatever?
Yeah.
I feel like Jacob, you have a lot of areas of nerddom that you're good in, but I feel like if you were one of those, you would be the music nerd.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, but this is like, I worry about this because the 90s were a long time ago at this point.
yeah,
You
So I've
shut
probably
your mouth.
forgotten a lot of it.
we'll see.
Tyler and I have been friends way before the 90s.
All right, so number one, the band OMC had a big hit in the 90s with a song called How Bizarre. What does OMC stand for?
Oh, magic crystals.
There are options.
Okay.
Oh, thank
want 'em.
God.
I was like,
Is one of them
Because I
original MCs? Because that's kind of what I thought.
It's the lead singer's initials,
Oh, boy.
our Minds Center. It's the first letter of each band member's last name, or Otara Millionaires Club.
Armine Center, for some reason, stands out to me. I do not know why.
See, for me, the Otara Millionaires Club
Well,
stands out.
I'm with Dave. I'm gonna go with our mind center.
Is that our
All
vote?
right, 2 to 3.
All right.
I have to submit all the
Oh,
quiz to
damn
get
it.
answers.
I was
Oh
hoping we'd
my
get it
gosh.
immediately. I hope this is one of those bullshit quizzes.
I didn't realize it was until just now.
I hate the ones that like tell you your score at the end, but then do not tell you what
Oh
the
my
answers
God, those
were.
are the
Oh
worst.
my God.
Those are not worth taking.
Of the following, which was not a Spice Girl? Cutie?
Cutie.
There you go.
Done.
Yep. The second best selling album of the entire decade of the 90s was a movie soundtrack. What was the movie?
The Bodyguard.
That is one of the listed answers, so click The Bodyguard.
What were
What-
the other options? I'm with you on the
It's
bodyguard.
the Bodyguard.
Is Titanic not on there?
Titanic is on there.
It's the Bodyguard.
It's the body. Okay.
Forrest Gump and The Lion King are the other.
Those are all like good options, I feel like. But
I'm
Galen was
positive
like
it's the
super
Bodyguard.
confident
Yeah.
that it was
Unless,
right on
Bodyguard.
there.
unless it's the Bodyguard is number 1 and Titanic is number 2. It's the Bodyguard.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Which of the following band/artists has put out 3 of the top 10 best-selling albums of the 90s? Backstreet Boys, Metallica, Garth Brooks, Celine Dion.
Garth Brooks is my guess.
What are they again?
Backstreet Boys, Metallica, Garth Brooks, Celine Dion.
Ooh, I am.
It wouldn't be Backstreet Boys because
No, they
their
went into the
heyday-
2000s.
Yeah.
Metallica, when did Loaded and Reloaded come out? Because those were huge.
I have no
Th-
idea.
But were they top 10?
That was like, I remember Loaded being like, Metallica's back.
Yeah.
So I think Loaded,
Loaded
probably
was,
was.
but
I
I
don't know
don't
about
think
Reloaded.
Reloaded.
And I don't know what the third one, I don't even know what came after.
I will say, I think Garth.
Gun Stuff
I
by
think
Metallica.
Garth Brooks is a great answer, but I'm
Yeah.
very torn between Garth and Celine.
Celine Dion, huge.
Very torn.
But I also think that Celine Dion sold most of her most of her sales in that decade off of the Titanic soundtrack.
No, she was huge.
I know that she
before
was
Titanic.
huge, but was she? Well,
I mean, I think it's probably Garth Brooks.
I'm cool to go Garth
I think
Brooks,
it's probably
too.
Garth
Okay.
Brooks, but I wanted to air my
I totally understand.
Australian Garth Brooks.
yeah.
Chris Gaines, you mean?
What?
Who asked the musical question, "What if God was one of us"?
It was
Oh,
Joan Osborne.
Sarah McLachlan?
Garfield?
Garfield? Sarah McLachlan, Sheryl Crow, Joan Osborne, Madonna.
Yeah,
Joan Osborne.
After Mother Love Bones singer died of an overdose, two of its members formed the 90s most popular. Let me read this whole thing over again. After Mother Love Bones singer died of an overdose, two of its members formed which of the 90s most popular bands? Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, or Pearl Jam?
Holy God.
I
I
have-
feel like I should know this, but I do
no
not.
idea.
I also feel like I should know this.
I do not know the answer to this. Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I think three of those bands are very overrated.
I think Chili Peppers makes a lot of sense because Anthony Kiedis was like kind of an actor beforehand, so they would need a singer.
Yeah.
So I'd be fine with going with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yikes, it's tough though. What were the four again?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam.
To me, it's between Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I just think it would be such bad luck for them to have like. And now
I know,
at least, man, we are poor Dave Grohl.
I know, Dave. Oh,
So
poor guy.
yeah, I think Red Hot Chili Peppers makes sense to me.
That's a guess, right? But I'm going with
It
that.
is a guess,
That's what
but
would
I
go
think
with.
it's an educated one.
Released New Year's Eve of 1991, what was the name of Live's first album?
Not Throwing Copper. Go ahead.
Live, Throwing Copper, Mental Jewelry, Cerebral Ornament.
Mental Jewelry.
Was it really?
Mental Jewelry was, well, let me say this. Mental Jewelry, I believe, was before Throwing Copper. Throwing Copper was their second album.
Okay.
I hope I'm right. I could be wrong,
I have
but that
no
feels
No, I'm going
right.
to trust you on that.
Which band had their biggest hit with the cover of an old Louis Lewis Prima swing hit? Which band had the biggest hit with the cover of old Louis Prima swing hit? Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, Royal Crown Review, Brian Setzer Orchestra.
I like the Royal Crown Review. Royal Crown Review did a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
Brian Setzer Orchestra is because it wouldn't be Boss Tones.
why wouldn't it be Boss Tones?
It wouldn't be Boss Tones because their biggest hit was an original.
Is this okay? That's part of the question. This is
Yeah.
Oh,
one of the
hey,
biggest
it's
hits.
Boss Tones. It's not Boss Stones. Okay.
No, they're tones.
And, it could be Big Bad Voodoo Daddy because it's the...
I really don't know.
Brian Setzer is the thing that's jumping out to me, but...
Let's go, Brian
I,
Setzer.
Yeah,
but
let's
I
go
don't
Brian
We're gonna
know.
trust you.
If-
You're the music geek.
fuck, man.
I have no clue. That's a guess for
Like
me.
I said, the 90s were a long time ago.
Puffy Daddy and the Family's hit song "I'll Be Missing You" is a tribute to which late rapper?
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, Biggie.
Everyone knows this.
Tupac, Notorious
No.
B.I.G.,
Yes.
Tupac
Biggie.
Shakur,
No.
Old Dirty Bastard, or
No.
Eazy-E.
It's
No.
Biggie.
Which female singer-songwriter is from Alaska? Sheryl Crow, Jewel, Sarah McLachlan, Alanis Morissette.
I'm pretty sure it's
Jewel.
Jewel.
Because she, yeah.
Because she's a weirdo.
And
I'm pretty sure it's her.
yeah, I agree.
Sinead O'Connor had a hit with a cover version of Nothing Compares to You. Who sang it originally?
Prince.
Prince, Michael Jackson, Michael Stipe, Madonna.
Jacob loves Prince.
Jacob.
I trust him.
That's Prince.
Putting numbers on the board.
I know that one.
Prince is the
Plus.
only artist who always turned down, say Weird Al could not parody any of his songs.
Man.
Insecure, do you think, or what?
He was like, make your own art.
Yeah, I think that he just thinks very highly of his work, which I get it.
That makes sense, I guess.
He's
Yeah.
the coolest motherfucker on the planet, so you can't.
It's the second time you've called Prince the coolest motherfucker on the planet
Today.
today.
And this is a weird question. I don't think it really counts, but
How big are your dicks?
When you think of grunge, what city comes to mind?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yep. We had a one-hit wonder, who had a one-hit wonder with the song "Life Is a Highway"? Crash Test Dummies,
No.
Cochran.
Tom Cochran,
Damn, dog.
Oh,
The Verve Pipe,
Jesus.
or Edwin Collins.
I trust Jacob.
Yeah.
Which of the following is not a Dave Matthews song?
Oh, we all got this, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's ready.
Ants Marching,
That's a song.
That's definitely a song.
number 41,
I think that's a song.
We'll come back to that.
1979,
1979
1979. That's
the one.
it.
Tripping Billies.
Yeah, it's 1979, which is a Smashing Pumpkin song.
Yeah.
Which of the following is not the name of a Celine Dion album from the 90s?
Ooh, Galen.
The names of the album, I don't know that all.
The Color of Love, Tuesday Night Music Club, Let's Talk
No,
About
it's-
Love,
Tuesday Night Music Club
Right.
with Sheryl Crow.
Cool.
Falling Into You.
All right.
Tuesday Night Music Club.
Up top.
Get that.
Yeah. No, that's Sheryl Crow.
Get answers.
Get answers, homie.
OMC means Otara Millionaires.
Hey,
right.
Jacob, you had it, man.
Cutie is not a Spice Girl. The Bodyguard is the best-selling album.
job,
Second
Galen.
best-selling album. Let's see. Garth Brooks has the 3 of the top 10.
Nice, dude.
Joan Osborne sang "What If God Was One of Us." Mother Love Bone singer died of an overdose. That is Pearl Jam.
Damn it.
Oh.
See, and I was thinking that they were throwing us off because Pearl Jam's original name. Anyone know that?
Nope.
Do not.
Mookie Blaylock, who was
Ugh.
a
NBA player.
NBA player. Yeah.
Let's see.
They named their band after a person who was like still alive, still
Yeah.
like. That's confusing.
Well, they changed it.
Well, I'm glad that they ended. Yeah.
well, we're going to make a band called Tom Gugliotta, and it's going to be fantastic.
Did you check the show notes?
I didn't.
No.
Mental Jewelry is Live's first album. Brian Setzer Orchestra covered the
All right.
Wow.
Prima album.
Wow.
Notorious B.I.G. I'll Be Missing You. Jewel Lives in Alaska. Prince, Nothing Compares to You.
Plus.
Seattle is What You Think About. Tom Cochran is Life is a Highway. 1979 was on the song. And Tuesday Night Music Club is not a Celine Dion album.
All right. So we
Wow.
only missed
And you guys
2?
are pretty good.
Too. Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of us.
I'm pretty proud of Jacob.
I will say this. I absolutely would have guessed Titanic
I
if Galen had not been so confident.
that was one of
about
those
Bodyguard.
that was
I
one of
would have
those
guessed.
things that I was like, I am more than 100% confident, but it's always when I'm more than 100% confident about something that I'm very wrong. So
Well, it immediately came out.
Yeah.
So I was like,
What's-
oh,
yeah.
yeah, she's right.
What's the Whitney Houston song that was on that was so huge? Yeah.
That was really good.
Thanks. I'm a singer.
Do you do the rest of it, or
No, just that.
that's that?
Just
That's
that.
it.
Not even a bar.
Uh-huh.
Just that like
Quarter bar.
quarter note.
Just the hard
it.
part. Just the one
Yeah.
singular hard part.
And I. That's it.
That's like some kind of like ninja singing training or something. It's like, you need to sing these 2 notes for 2 years and then come back. We'll finish your training.
you got to sing it in the correct key just immediately. That's all you do freshman year in the musical theater program that I went to, Webster University. Freshman year, all you do is practice getting those
You
2
approach
notes
the bar
in the right key.
so that you may leap to the
Exactly.
stars.
It's all about technique.
But if
Yeah,
if
you learn your technique so that you can play.
Don't sweat the technique, though.
if you shoot for the moon, though,
You will land probably on the ground still because gravity.
yeah, it takes a lot of speed.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of quotes that sound like that, like I sent a message to Justin McElroy asking him to be on the show to do an episode about new gaming dads, since his
Was that what
daughter,
Smashing Pumpkins was originally called?
Yep,
Justin
Justin
McElroy?
Justin McElroy. Pretty good.
Who is this?
So trying to be funny. That's why in my message I was like, so in reference, I'm inspired by all the quotes in my senior yearbook. Aim for the stars at least, or aim for the moon at least. If you miss, you'll be among the stars. So please do this.
Who is Justin McElroy?
He's
It's
on.
not real. It's fine.
Just a band
But
name.
you like the One Up podcast? He was on that.
Oh. Okay.
Otherwise,
he was on
my-
Joystick.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, he was Joystick, wasn't he?
So I'm batting 0 for 3 for Justin McElroy, Bailey J,
It's been a long time. I could be wrong.
It's
It may have
honestly
been one up.
surprising to me that Bailey J has not agreed to like Skype in at
Really?
this point. Yeah, on it like
I
let me say
follow
this.
her on Twitter. Her Twitter's
She's
pretty
really
crazy
popular.
big. Yeah.
She's really popular.
Yeah, but like for a a transgender porn actress.
Maybe
Like-
she thinks we don't actually adore her.
I don't-
We're calling you out,
If
Bailey
she,
J.
I feel if she actually heard our show, maybe she would. Like I know she's also
Yeah.
a gamer. Maybe she would. But
Yeah.
It's just surprising to me because like
she has to get shit like that all the time.
For two straight dudes that, are not necessarily into that, like, you guys really approach Bailey J with a lot of respect for, like...
I'm glad we
Yeah.
tricked you into thinking that we're not particularly into that. That's how you act, Jacob.
Mind trap all day.
So Tyler said we to soften the soften his portion.
The two of us, Dave and I,
You know how much we.
Together.
Dave and myself, John Turley and myself.
I do like that brushing the teeth gif though. That's a good gif.
Yep.
It's a good gif. It gets me every time. I love showing that to people. Like when I showed Ramon that, man, it was the best because it was like, here you go. What is this? And it was like in a D&D session, and I heard like over the mics, everyone click on the link. Don't worry about it. Just watch it. Tyler showed it to me. It'll be fine.
They're like, yeah, all right.
And even if you know what's coming, you always
You
watch it
finish
to
it?
completion.
You finish
it?
You never
Yeah.
don't watch
No.
it.
You don't back out. Yeah, you finish it.
I bet Galen's never even seen it.
I was trying to keep my face as neutral
Neutral?
as possible. But
Show
no, I
notes.
have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
No clue.
Bailey J was on, did an interview with Amy Schumer on Inside Amy Schumer.
Really?
And Meg and I were watching it. And after the interview was over, like I got back on my laptop and she was like, "You looking her up?" I was like, "Who, Bailey J?" That was Bailey J. Yep.
That's so funny.
Dave, you hear that?
Creaky Poots. I did hear some Creaky Poots.
And
Wrong key.
what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm only gonna read from Wikipedia if someone does it in the right key.
And
I mean, that was the right key, but that was an octave down. No.
Sorry.
I already did it.
Do it for us.
there we go.
That's good.
That's the train.
I think that was
hear
a
that.
different
I
key
do
than
hear
what I
that.
did earlier. I'm pretty sure that was a different key than what I did earlier.
There is some listener out there with perfect pitch who
Who's like,
decided to quit listening based off
can't.
of that.
I
She
don't
calls
think-
herself a singer.
I do hear that, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Katawa Shoujo, or as we like to call it, Katawa, because there's a town in western Kentucky nearby called Katawa. So, Katawa Shoujo, or as it's known in Japan, Katawa Shoujo, which is literally translates to, are you ready?
Yes.
Cripple girls.
Oh man! How did I not know that? And I wanted to do this game for the show, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Cripple girls.
Oh my god.
But
Man, that's very funny.
another translation would be disability girls. Is a Bishoujo style visual novel by Four Leaf Studios that tells a story of a young man and 5 young women living together in a house with no rules. Not just kidding. I
was like, it's
True
a story.
The game uses a traditional text and sprite-based visual novel model with an ADV-styled text box running on the RenPy visual novel engine. Anyone know what any of that means? Because I don't. Tyler,
I
you
make
nodded
a lot
a
of
little
shit
bit.
on the RenPy visual novel engine.
Yeah. I know you have. Don't play.
I've sent you a lot of articles about it, and the fact that you haven't read them is honestly
Disrespectful.
I'm gonna make the Bailey J versus Hentai on the Rentai visual novel legends.
Where she's like fucking tentacle monsters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monsters are like, oh no,
Banging, yeah.
stop it.
No.
But they like it. Those tentacle monsters love it. The game is licensed under the Creative Commons CC BY NC/ND. So there's that. That's
All
cool.
right.
The majority of the story, everybody, takes place at the fictional Yamaku High School for Disabled Children, Xavier's sister school. Located in an unnamed city somewhere in modern northern Japan. How do you pronounce the main character's name? Is it Hisao?
I always said Hisao.
Hisao?
He said Hisao.
Hisao Nakai, an able-bodied boy, has his life changed when a long dormant cardiac arrhythmia forces him to transfer to a new school after a long hospitalization. Despite his difficulties, Hisao has the opportunity to find friends and maybe a little love.
Boy, howdy.
The gameplay, I'm just going to go ahead and just read all of this.
Yeah.
The gameplay of Katawa Shoujo is choice-based, with the player reading through text and occasionally making decisions that initiate the possible events or dialogue within the story. Depending on the choices made by the player, the story branches into multiple forks, variously chronicling Hisao's deepening and eventual romantic relationship with one of the 5 main female characters.
Damn right. I thoroughly enjoyed this game.
I know
Cool.
you did.
This was
I
a
did.
Great.
Yeah,
did.
I
Yeah.
know.
This was all I did in my Biology 101 course I took at the community college that summer.
You mentioned that you played this in class.
Yep.
There are titties in this game.
Yeah.
Did you just not give a fuck?
Sat in the back row
Yeah.
with my laptop.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would just like to
I don't think I
say
could have done that.
that now, granted, Jacob and I didn't finish the game. We got about 2 hours of gameplay.
we started and got like I guess 45 minutes in, and then I kept expecting there to be a save point, but there was never a save point. You can just
Manually.
you manually do it, but I thought that it would auto save or something like that, and I clicked out of it, and then came back to it the next day, and it had not saved, so I had to start over again. So we played the first part twice.
Yeah, we got into. I think eventually, by the time we finished, we had gotten about.
We had met
Everyone.
everyone, I believe.
Based on what we saw, I would say that calling this a choice-based game is really. I think that's a generous description.
I think calling it a
think
we got
that's-
to
I think
make.
calling it a game is a generous
Yeah,
description.
we got to make
That's just a visual novel
two
game. They're all
choices.
like that.
We got to make 2 choices, and
I
it
don't
was
like the
about
media.
what to
Yeah.
say.
I'm not a fan of the media.
To me, it is, and because I have played Phoenix Wright,
Yeah.
I know what these look like when they're good. I know what you can do to incorporate various elements to make it not just feel like you are reading a story,
Yeah.
because that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Just
a lot of
reading a-
still images
Yeah.
in text, which is,
For a free game, I thought it looked good.
yeah, it looked okay.
I mean, if this was $9.99 on Steam, you're right, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
But for a free game that people on Reddit were talking about, I was satisfied with it.
The visuals were never an issue for me. Like the art didn't bother me.
I had a problem with it because it's like every background. Maybe just being a graphic designer, I was like,
yeah.
okay, watercolor filter. You just took a took a real
picture.
photograph and then just threw the watercolor filter over it and wiped your hands and hard day of work.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, at least the characters were designed well, I thought.
Yeah.
There were, we noted, a lot of boobs, a lot of big boobs.
A lot of big
They weren't all big.
No?
They weren't all big.
No.
think most of them were pretty big.
Most of them were pretty big. What's comparatively? Compared to what? Big compared to what? Because I saw a lot of big boobs.
Well, the girl that I wound up with did not have large breasts.
I'm going to assume you end up with Emmy. So
I did end up with Emmy.
Yep.
Which one is she?
She is the
legs.
girl with no legs.
Oscar Pistorius girl.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Who is just wearing underwear when you meet her.
Yeah, she's like running around.
Track shorts.
Those are not track shorts.
No, she
You've
was
seen
running around.
You guys have seen anime, right? them be track shorts,
In Japan, apparently.
or at least in their cartoons.
Emmy is who I ended up with my first, because I did one playthrough without looking at no facts, nothing.
Yeah, I didn't
just
look
a
at
straight
anything
playthrough, and each of the 5 girls has a good, neutral, and bad ending. And my first complete playthrough with no references was I got the bad ending with Emmy.
Yeah.
And Emmy is, I feel like, here's where I will say something negative about the game. I feel like Emmy is kind of a trap because you have to basically ignore your own health to not get on the Emmy track. Because basically your decisions are presented to you in order, so you'll have to basically pick the option that allows you to pass up a girl in order to go on to the next one. And then there is basically a point of no return where it looks at all the girls and how many pass with them. Whoever you have like the most points with is whose track you're on. After a certain point,
like the date in Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Cool.
So in order to not be on Emmy's path, like the doctor says, you need to strengthen your heart. You need to exercise. You should probably join track. It'd be a really good thing for your health. So of course I'm thinking like, okay, I want to do that.
I wanna
That sounds
live.
good.
Yeah.
And if you choose to do that, then you're automatically, because Emmy's the
meet
runner.
Emmy. Yeah.
So then when you're on the track and she's ahead of you, you have the option like catch up with Emmy or lag behind. And like, so I thought like, no, I want to be healthy. I don't want to get like an ending where I die. So I go after Emmy, automatically on her track.
Yeah.
So
I want to say something about the game.
Yeah.
That I think it handled well.
Go ahead.
Despite the literal translation being cripple girls, I honestly do think that the writing treated the people with disabilities with like extreme respect.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
absolutely.
right.
I agree with that.
And it was one of those things where this was a point. Like I thought that was so well done, and that I could tell that they weren't like, this is a weird thing. You're gonna have sex with weird girls.
Yeah.
They did that so well that I actually felt bad for not liking the game.
Yeah.
Well, there was a point towards the beginning where when your character is introduced to the class, it points out that everyone in the class is clapping except the person who only has one hand.
Right.
And then a minute later, it's like, oh, she clapped this time. She was hitting her hand against the stump of her wrist. I was like, oh my God, why is this? What? Why did you have to take the time to point out that this person can't clap properly?
Because that panorama of the class is sort of weird anyway. Where
And I will say this too, that the thing that I disliked about this game the most is that I found Hisao to be insufferable.
I fucking hated
Well,
him.
and that's what sucks about not being able to
Hated
make
him.
decisions in this game. Because
Yeah.
like I finished the game, and honestly, I think I made 7 decisions. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit. Like it was definitely. I don't think it was above 10. I don't think
Yeah.
I made above 10 decisions, and it took me like it probably took me like 7 hours. So I'm averaging like a decision an hour. There were moments where it's like I don't want him to do this thing
Yeah.
that he's just doing. Where it's like, oh, you're gonna ruin your relationship. You done ruined the relationship.
because there is every girl does have that, like they're all set up on a pattern, because you will have the meet cute and then like a very affectionate moment, some kind of climax that goes negatively, and then you make up and get whatever ending. Every girl follows that pattern.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it very much felt like a rom-com almost.
Yeah.
And like it's formula.
To me, it seemed very much like it was written by a high schooler with a high schooler's idea of like what's sexy and what's like intellectual.
Especially Emmy's path at one point. Emmy has probably one of the more moments where I was like, really? Okay. Because Emmy asks you out of the
Track
blue.
shed?
Yep.
Track shed.
You know,
Yeah.
she's like, I talked to
Yeah.
a gay friend of mine. He told me about it. I want you to go fuck me in the ass in the track shed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So there is
And
the still image of that happening
it's
is
jarring.
hilarious.
It's jarring. It's jarring. What really sucks is like what really sucks is like I did not like this game from the beginning. I thought it was very boring. The first act I thought was very boring, where you meet
Yeah.
everybody, and it was like just get the
And-
fuck on with it.
And you
Terminable.
think that you're gonna play Risk, and then
I know.
I
I
was
know.
so excited because I thought I was gonna get to do something, and then it was like halfway through the game, and you fucker.
I will say, for me, okay. So
I'm sorry.
right at the... Oh, no.
No, please go ahead.
Right at the beginning, I wasn't quite sure what it was going to be. And I was like, oh, okay, something like scary. So, oh, he's had some sort of like medical episode. Oh, okay, all right. And then he's in the hospital and he's talking about arrhythmia. My arrhythmia is so bad. It's so dangerous. I have to go to this special school. And I was like, do I maybe not know what an arrhythmia is?
I had that as well.
was
Did you
like-
look it up?
I looked it up. Okay, I took a screenshot.
Is she sent me this
I took
screenshot?
The screenshot, when you Google arrhythmia, it says arrhythmia is very common. More than 3 million U.S. cases per year. And at the bottom, I underlined this. Most arrhythmias are considered harmless and are left untreated.
Is he
So, Dave,
is he
you're-
catfishing?
I lost my shit.
Like your heart condition, Dave, is worse than that. You should be in one of
Yeah.
those schools.
This could be me.
If nothing
right.
else, this game is like, to me, it just seemed like it was researched so poorly. And like,
It's raising awareness of
What's-
arrhythmia.
What's a heart
couldn't
condition?
handle
Can you
it.
please send me that screenshot?
Yes,
I'd like to include it in the show
lost
notes.
my mind.
What were you saying? I don't want to. That's one of the things that drives me crazy in TADPOG is when I'm like, oh no, I wanted that anecdote.
So the beginning is very boring,
Right.
And I cannot get past that. That was like it was almost like Tyler. I told you. I think it was like I'm not going to finish this game.
I'm sure that we both messaged Tyrone because I messaged him and at one point and was like, I hate this game.
Yeah, I didn't.
I hate
didn't.
what's happening.
I didn't want to. I kind of want to play it a little close,
Sure.
closer than that. But I think Tyler knew that I hated this. So the beginning was very boring, and then what happened was I got taken on this roller coaster because I thought that they handled Emmy well. Like I got to the point where I was like, "Oh, I actually am enjoying learning about this fictional character." And I think it's interesting. And that's kind of around the time where I was like, "Oh, they are treating this disability with like respect." And then it just felt like sex was just like wedged in there. Where it was
Wedged in there like an unlubed penis in an asshole.
It-
just
it
kicking
was
in
like
there.
it was like a
dick in a track shed.
it was so fucking dumb. I hated it because it was like finally this game is it. Oh, okay, cool, sweet.
Because like in that in the still image of her being bent over with her Oscar Pistorius legs up in the air, and
Oh
you
my God.
Hassel behind her, and she has a look on her face. Her eyes are budged out, like, oh shit, what did I do?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So as soon as
Am
the
I
scene-
really in a track shed? Getting my butthole blasted by this dude who doesn't even have a real condition.
Nope.
who I
he's
met 2
fine.
days ago, and I've never done this before. And then right afterwards, she was like, I don't want to ever do that again.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
We also, so at the
So it's realistic.
yeah. If that's your intro to sex, you're probably not going to like it.
to
too much.
anal sex.
Yeah, you're not going to be into it.
They used a whole bottle of lube though. It said right in the text, so I don't see what the problem is.
Oh my God.
All right, so everybody did play through the part where they met all the girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So personality test wise, all right, what girl did you find yourself like intrigued by, like out of everyone that you met? Who did you like? Okay, I hope I get on that path.
Emmy. So it worked out perfectly for me.
The librarian who you cannot romance.
Why was she interesting to you?
I don't know. I was into her.
Really?
I didn't know what it was, but
She
I
was
was
shy
into
and mousy and kind of quirky.
I just wanted to get out of there. I just was like, I don't even know.
No, Galen, which girl did you
what's
like?
happening.
Come on.
I honestly was just
hated them all.
I just hated it.
Yeah.
I just hated it.
If you turn down every girl, go down all their no paths, like you end up with your male roommate Kenji.
Who?
Oh, okay. I loved that guy. He was weird and hilarious. That was the only part of the game that legitimately made me laugh out loud.
See, I thought he was funny at first, but then when he kept popping up, to progress, you hit spacebar. So anytime I'd be walking back to my room and he would pop up, spacebar, 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 spacebar. I wouldn't even fucking read it.
He is, and Jacob, you might be interested to know this. I didn't know this until just now, that the librarian talks about having a bad relationship before, and she's not sure about getting into one. And Kenji was in a bad one, and he talks about that's why he's like very anti-woman, and they're all out to get him.
He is like a very conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He and the librarian dated, and that's the bad relationship.
Oh, that's crazy.
And he has the book that she's looking for
Yep.
in the library. I noticed that.
Like he didn't want to go in and borrow it from her, so he stole it from the library.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They would
Speaking
have
of reading,
Outside of that, yeah, that is also funny. But Misha, I liked Misha, but I was not a big fan of.
I like Misha too until she cuts her hair.
which one was Misha?
the
Misha's
one with
the
pink hair.
translator.
Has,
What
has
is-
the drills?
And
What is her disability?
she stutters like 3 times.
Yeah.
Does that count?
God.
I think she is just she's essentially there as Shizune's translator.
This concept.
But she just gives up her education. She's just like,
like,
this is all for you.
I'm cool, whatever.
She's like, I'm
Sure.
gonna go to a school where
where I can shine.
yeah. She's like, I'm gonna go to a school where all these super intelligent people are who've been reading for 3 months. That was okay. That was one of the things that initially made me just fucking hate it. Is that this kid is like, I got addicted to reading.
I know.
He was reading. He was reading not even a library. He just found a stack of books in a closet. He was reading John Grisham and being like, I've got all these ideas.
The way that I described it is
Like with CFP with the jail.
Oh my god!
He read all those books.
When CFP went to jail, he was in jail for at first 2 weeks, 1 week,
Something like that.
and he said he read 40 books while he was in jail. And immediately Josh Nance just narrows his eyes at him. Maybe 40 game instruction manuals.
But the thing that I used as my sort of comparison is that you're a high school student.
Mm-hmm.
You have read books before, presumably. So it's like you get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm 17 years old and I think I'm going to continue to brush my teeth.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this. I enjoy oral hygiene.
And,
So I think you might even say that I'm addicted to brushing my teeth. I do it so
do it.
frequently.
I'm going to do it once more a day.
I do it twice a day.
and that's that's a lot for
kid-
a thing that you do every day.
This kid is
Well, Jacob, your brain also is I've ridden my bike a lot, but I don't need this skill anymore. I'm gonna delete it from my
true.
brain.
But this kid,
Jacob does not know how to ride a bike
this
anymore.
Don't. Get rid of
17
it.
whatever year old kid is in a hospital with no TV and no video game system. Yeah, of course you're gonna fucking read. What else are you gonna do? But he
Jerk
oh
it.
god, I just hated him. I hated the main character so much. He was so pretentious. I was over him immediately.
I didn't know if I hated him because I hated him or if it was because I hate high school people. That I was just oh, if you're 16, I think you're an idiot. You know?
Yeah.
Here is my potential fucked up, somewhat awful thought just now because you said that, Galen. Mm-hmm. So it's just all right, I know Japan has a problem with rapidly decreasing population. Mm-hmm. So I hope if this school was real, it is the Japanese government being all right, let's take all the disabled people and put them in in this school, and we'll put some normies in there too. Take away all the TV, all the video games, so they have no choice but to fuck each other. Make the population go up. Because that's another population that you're gonna go out of your way to fuck them. But we put them in a school, nothing else to do. They gonna get fucked.
You think they could just ban condoms?
Katawa Shoujo.
I was immediately drawn to Hanako, who is the
I figured,
girl in the
probably.
library who has the same condition as that villain from Captain Planet. Half of her face has been
Yeah.
burned in a house fire,
Fucked
and
up
she
face.
wears
Krugerized.
yeah.
God dang. both of them back to back is really if either of you had individually said it, I would have been fine. But back to back was
You remember
Pushed
when
me over the
Dave
edge.
said that the game itself treated all the disabilities with respect? I'm not going to treat the game with that respect.
Well, I guess it's not just Hanako's face; it's all that entire half of her body.
yeah.
So
Oh.
like she has problems being intimate with you the whole time in the game. Even when she gets naked when you finally have sex, she's trying to angle herself away from you, and she's very embarrassed of half of her body.
Man, I did not like the sex of this game. It really was. It was real. I mean, that was kind of funny, but it was really like.
That's the only really funny one.
Oh,
All the
thank
others.
God, I got the really funny one. There was a moment where I was playing this, and I was like, I should have masked my IP when I downloaded this. Because, like, it dawned on me, I was like, these characters are, like, 16 years old. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn
no.
it. I'm on a list.
Although common to our anime, the question is like, who is best girl? Is all over our anime.
Who is best girl?
So
Jerry,
for,
get iPad.
Jerry, get on that. Exactly.
so for Katawa Shoujo, who is best girl? I think best girl is Lily. Lily was the one out of all the paths, I've got basically all the endings for all of them.
Lily's
and the one
the
that I enjoyed
blind
the
girl.
most. Yes. The half French, half Japanese blind girl.
Yeah. Sounds like a Tarantino character, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually.
Because you're like, you may wonder why I have blonde hair. It's because my father was French.
You're like, cool.
Okay.
Sweet. I won't even bother asking the girl with pink hair what her nationality is.
I just like I wanted to take a red pen to the writing. Like it was just so, and that was the other
But
thing.
who is best girl, Galen?
Who's
You
best
didn't
girl?
answer who is best girl.
I don't have a best girl. Kenji.
Kenji is
Kenji's my
best girl.
favorite. Kenji's the only person that I wasn't like bored by or infuriated by.
It's tough. It's tough to like get past the first act, honestly.
Yeah.
It was
It's really,
very
really, really
boring.
difficult.
I like Misha because I like the fact that she apparently doesn't have any real disability, but is still like a
You motherfucker! She stutters like 4 times in the game. That is a disability.
That's pretty bad.
and
That's as much of a disability as losing your thumb.
And it's like
or is arrhythmia. Well, I don't know, Jacob. If you lose opposable thumbs, that's all that separates us from the animals.
well, if you lose both of them, I see a problem.
then
lose
you might as
one,
well be a fucking fish.
Yeah,
you're
you're
done.
right.
You can't do a thing.
I think Misha is just maybe kind of dumb, but
She might be
or she
kinda
was
dumb.
offered like a free education to go and be Shizune's translator, and Shizune's family is
and
like
she's a deaf
she comes
signer.
from Shizune is like from a very prestigious family, so maybe that's just her in and why she's there.
And she's deaf.
But to get Shizune's bad ending, you
DEF.
fuck Misha.
DEF, that's right.
And you both describe it as being just terrible sex, and then you don't talk anymore after that. Yeah.
well,
Can't be as terrible as the Trek Shed,
pretty bad.
because that was pretty bad.
And Emmy stays with you.
It
So-
depends. I had to play my cards right.
The bad
Things
ending.
got hairy.
Generally, when a girl is very upset and doesn't want to talk to me and ask me to leave, like my natural reaction in that situation is to be like, "Okay, I'll leave and we'll just talk later."
I will
Yeah.
respect
Yeah.
your.
That gets you
need
the
to be
bad
alone.
ending with Emmy. Like you have to choose to not leave her house and talk to her.
I'm glad I did
no!
that thing then.
So
I'm glad I went after her. I was like, there is no way. There's no way I'm leaving this house without letting her know that I care about her. And she did not like that. Yeah. But it all worked out in the end. We had sex
Yay!
again. After
takes you-
visiting her dad's grave. Like 3 minutes afterwards. It's pretty neat. There's my dead daddy. Why don't you slap a condom on this hog and let's go to town.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I do love the idea of Hisao just being like, cool. So
Fuck.
I mean, I've been through a lot today coming all the way out here looking at your dead dad's grave. Like, am I
fuck
getting
with
some
the
out of this?
my chest hurts.
Oh,
We
Dead daddy, where are you going?
my arrhythmia, my very fatal arrhythmia. Very scary.
I can't believe that there is going to be. No, that's not true. I was about to say I can't believe that there's going to be a sequel to this. I
can
course
absolutely
you can
believe that
believe
there is
that.
going to be a sequel.
Well,
to
the
this.
one ending, Jacob, I think you might like is when you go after Ren. Ren has a very... I feel like she had the story, like, all the decisions to get with Ren's good ending made no sense.
Probably
to me.
random.
It's ones that I wouldn't have made at all.
Yeah,
But, like, because she's very hard to read, and she's a
Yeah,
complex
she's
character.
aloof. She has no arms.
She reminds me...
Kinda has arms.
Although she has arms, she reminded me a lot of Laura Ammons, strangely enough.
Yeah.
So, but she has an interesting... Because she has no arms, but she's an artist that paints with her feet.
Oh.
So she has a very interesting story about, like, coming to terms with who she is and her art and where she fits in the world. I mean, she had an interesting story. And the biggest boobs. So there you go.
Bruh.
Sorry. Caught me off guard. I laughed into the mic too hard.
So Dave,
Tyler.
Jacob, when you said anecdote, it reminded me of something I told Dave. Like,
You need to drink that antidote.
let me don't forget. I took that poison.
Those plums
Oh my
were
god.
poison.
How long has it been?
Guys, I'm fucking itchy.
All of our lips are black.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Am I gonna have
Guys,
to go
I
to a
really-
special school?
I'm like the Red Viper's wife, where like I took that poison and then fed all you guys the plum, and then I drink it and just watch you fuckers die.
Oh.
You motherfuckers are gonna die talking about Katawa Shoujo.
That's what you get.
That's like a Hitchcock episode.
So I don't know how many of the listeners know. Like, I love pillows in my lap all the time.
And I forgot to remind you to tell
Yeah.
this story. I'm sorry.
When Jacob said anecdote, that made me think about it. But so like all the time, I love pillows. I've got one in my lap right now.
He does.
I do it when I drive. Everywhere. Yep, I have small T-Rex like arms, and it's uncomfortable in my car for me. Like my arm does not reach the armrest or the center console rest. So like pillow in my lap.
I don't think you have
So I can
small
do-
arms, man.
I do. Like you put Megan and I, chest to chest, wingspan wise.
Yeah.
She has like a hand and a half on me, like for wingspan. Like,
Meg is just like dunking on him constantly.
yeah. Every time I try to go in for layup, she just slaps out of my hand.
But like your wingspan arm to arm is supposedly your height. This is from
Because Megan and I are the same height.
That's weird.
Hmm.
You're
I think my arms are a little
arms are
short and
fucked
her
up.
arms are a little long.
You want to do it? You want to stand back to back and
This is
I want to
supposedly
stand
your
chest to chest, nose to nose.
Heart to heart.
butt to cock?
All the good parts are in the middle. But I always keep a pillow in my lap. People would always could tell what car I was driving because I always keep the pillow.
Yeah,
I
you
throw
have
it back
a pillow in it.
on the dash whenever I get out of my car. You seem very weirded out that I do this.
I've never heard of somebody doing this before. I would be nervous that having something in my lap while I drove would affect my reflexes. But
We tried sending Tyler to a pillow-related school, but he wasn't having it.
Well, I had a pillow in my lap when I went through McDonald's the other day. And when I went through the second window and got my food, the lady looked down. She hated my food. You just have surgery?
Yep.
No? What you got that pillow in your lap for? I just like it. And she walked away. That's fucking weird.
mind your own business.
I was like,
Next time
I
your
guess we can talk
response,
about this. Ma'am, look at my arms. Look at my arms, ma'am.
I would have loved for you to peeled back the pillow and your erect penis.
just fucking red and raw.
Just angry.
Next
Like
time,
it's got something to say.
I need to
My
go.
initial inclination was that she was going to be like, "Did you just have surgery?" No. Why you got that pillow? Yeah, I did just have surgery. Yep. Thanks for my food.
See, I need to make sure next time she's there, I'll drive up really slowly and be like I'm jerking off under the pillow, and then just wheel up and just make eye contact with her.
Or Dude, can you make it look like you don't have legs? Next time you go to, so she feels like just really fucking awful.
Yeah.
No, actually, I had surgery 5 years ago when they had to amputate these. But thank you. I did enjoy that Big Mac, ma'am.
I didn't just have it. I've been dealing with
Brighten
this.
my day.
I mean, Jacob, you also had someone call you something really shitty in a McDonald's drive-thru in college.
I don't even remember this, but this is
Like you
absolutely a thing that has happened.
Like
I
you-
trust Tyrone
I
implicitly.
remember you called and complained.
I don't even remember this.
You called the McDonald's and complained?
College was a long time ago, you guys.
Not as long as it was the 90s.
Not as long as the 90s.
Because like you
Tell
had,
me the story.
You had said something in the drive-thru, and like she mean that she was, I don't know, a woman didn't like you or she was busy. So when you pulled up and like she asked you what you wanted, you told her and she handed you the bag and you looked and there wasn't something in there like a straw or something. And she like grumbles about it, hands you the straw, hands it back to you, and you say thank you. And as you're driving off, you hear her call you a fucking.
Oh, I do remember that.
Oh, what?
One of the words we don't say on the show.
Yeah.
Slander for a homosexual male.
Oh,
Yeah, I do remember that.
The new F word.
jeez.
Yeah.
The new F word.
Yeah.
I don't remember calling, but I absolutely would have called.
Oh my
That is
God,
100%
yeah,
the
that's
thing
horrible.
that would happen.
That's the kind of thing that would have made me back my car up and be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
That's a like me storming in
Yeah.
and demanding to speak to a manager.
And Galen's
immediately.
favorite thing in the world.
Is calling
Is-
people a fucking.
Galen's favorite thing in the world is to
Fist fighting at
complain at a
McDonald's.
restaurant.
If something is worth complaining, I won't just like pick out
Find a
stuff.
thing.
I won't. Yeah, but like if something has gone wrong, I love complaining about bad service. I do. I love it. It's like one of my greatest joys.
Is it like a mutant ability?
Yeah, yeah, and it is passed down through my family's history as New Yorkers. We are New York Jews, and we will be treated with respect and dignity. And my food will be warm when I receive it. Thank you.
I am far too big a coward to like storm into McDonald's. Like I very much will like.
You see so many YouTube videos and world star hip hop videos of people storming into McDonald's. It does not go well.
But
for
it was
anybody.
And let me be clear. I will not be rude unless I am treated very poorly. I will complain.
Well, yeah, at this point you already have
politely.
been.
Yeah.
But like if somebody called me a name, I would flip out.
But she was a woman, so there was no like good ending for me storming in there. You know, there's no good way where I storm in and then like I could get her fired, but I feel like I could probably get her fired just by making a phone call too.
Yeah.
I would have immediately McDonald's.com. Right, where do I find this? All right. Yeah, I would have filed an official report.
I would
Yeah.
have driven
In
my
the-
car into the lobby and been like, I need to speak to the manager right now.
In the time now, if that happened to me, one of the easiest things in the world would be, oh man, I can't wait to tweet about this.
Yep.
I can't wait to tweet at McDonald's and get like corporate involved in this
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would
That's-
the hashtag be?
Fucking yeah.
Oh man.
And I think that so I think that the next time you go through Wendy's, you should be tweeting at Wendy's about that guy.
Oh man, I didn't tell you.
Oh,
I had another encounter.
what? A new like
Yeah, a new encounter.
I didn't know about this.
A new encounter with the Wendy's drive-through guy. Galen, I don't know if you're familiar with the Wendy's drive-through guy.
I am not.
First window of Wendy's here on the South Side, Paducah. There's a guy who is convinced at one point in our lives I gave him a ride home, and I didn't.
Okay. All right.
He's
and
really bad at gaslighting people.
consistently weird. Because he has been weird to
Ryan especially.
yeah.
And
He
my
always
mom
offers to
as
buy
well.
Ryan's car. Yeah.
Oh,
He's offered to buy my car. He wants to buy cars.
okay.
So
Like out from under you while you're driving it?
I make
It
a
does
good
seem that way.
$7.25 an hour. How much you take for that car?
it does seem like he wants to buy it immediately.
All right. Okay.
So I got.
He keeps needing people to give him rides. So
Yeah,
he's
does.
looking for a car.
Yeah, I mean that's logical.
Yeah.
So I got, you know how sometimes you get stuck at the first window because there's the car in front of you, and it's like a long car.
Like the excursion that made the really big order. Yeah.
So he's at the first window, and I give him my money. I pay, and then he gives me my change back, and he just stays there at the window with his elbow like hanging like he's Wilson, just like talking to me over the fence. I did not know what to even talk about because like the whole time, like it would have been fine if it had not been the guy who wants to buy my car and the guy who's like, remember that time you gave me the ride? And I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, you do. Oh man.
I don't know.
So it was an extremely awkward conversation about, so what are you doing after you eat your meal?
You going home to your wife, Nikki, and your son, Henry?
Beautiful house.
Thinking about making a Craigslist ad later. You can check that out.
God dang. That's what Misconnections is made for.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna do?
I got to make that connection this time.
Hypersleep. Going to Odin sleep. Don't worry about it.
What I love the most is apparently it got too weird for him because he all of a sudden goes, I gotta go. And he shut the window and he walked back in to the kitchen or wherever.
God.
And I was like, thank God. Because that was like what was probably 45 seconds. I felt like I aged 5 years in my car.
You went from first term Obama to second term Obama.
Right into Trump, dog.
you pulled away orange. It was so bad.
I was so distracted I forgot to vote. And then Trump got in.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Katawa Shoujo.
There's no Wendy's in Katawa Shoujo, unfortunately. Just ass fucking.
Unfortunately.
There's a lot of
Just ask
really, really overly descriptive language, though.
Well, you take Lily's virginity, and they're quite descriptive of like the blood and the pain, but she's she falls in love with you and a whole bunch of stuff. So this game, every girl hits a very different peak.
So what? So describe all the other sexual encounters. Because we've got
In detail, in alphabetical order.
just frowned, a huge like cartoonish frown when I asked you to do that thing.
So you guys don't want to take some calls?
It's
No, tell me about fucking these cartoons, dude.
I want to know.
It's all pretty sweet except for Shizune, who it's like a weird challenge fucking thing. So
Oh yeah, of course. That makes all the sense in the world.
I was not having her. I was worried that I was somehow gonna like wind up with her. And
I did not like her at all.
And like so when like Emmy showed an interest, I was like, oh thank God, I might actually be able to finish this game. Because if it had been her, Shizune,
Yeah.
I would have
Which one is
just
she?
quit.
She's the
deaf
deaf.
The deaf girl, glasses and blue hair.
Okay.
She's a real jerk. She's a real jerk.
The whole time, even in a relationship, she's constantly like judging you and giving you bad looks. And
She's a jerk.
It's better once Hasal learns how to sign, and then the dialogue actually starts going by a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
So
Did you play through all of the endings? Did you like get the good ending with all of them?
I got the good ending with all of them. I got the I don't know how many neutral. I know I got the good and bad ending for just about everybody. I don't know about the neutral ending. So
What happens with the neutral ending? Is it like you played a game?
school's over. School's over. I'll see you next year. It was fun to hang out with you. Yeah, man.
They let you play Space Invaders for 30 seconds.
That's the good ending. God dang, yeah.
But that's it.
Is-
That's Katawa
Do you get
Shoujo.
that? So wait, the only way you have sex with Misha is if you betray Katsune. It's like she's not her own like
Yep.
she's not her own woman.
You get in a really bad argument, and Misha is already angry at her.
Yeah.
So then, like, you guys have been flirting. I think that's part of what makes Shizune mad.
Oh, I
so
get
then,
it.
like,
I do.
you decide to go ahead and have sex. Very awkward, bad sex.
Yeah.
And then, like,
In front of Shizune.
You like the bad ending.
Look.
She likes
The
it.
good ending is when you turn Misha down. I think the bad ending is where you fuck Misha and then tell Shizune about it. And the neutral ending is where you fuck Misha and then hide it from Shizune.
So you're conflicted.
Yep.
She doesn't know, but
But you know.
You have
and
pain.
you'll always know.
you always know what you did.
Isn't that what I Know What You Did Last Summer is all about?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remembered you fucked that cartoon, didn't tell me.
I know all about it.
It's about what passed. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt. What did you get to choose?
Jennifer Love.
Damn right, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I don't know.
Yeah, you.
Let me say this. Let me say Jennifer Love Hewitt was one of my first like Kids Incorporated. I had a
Old
crush
school,
on her.
yeah.
As somebody who is staying in Jacob's teenage bedroom right now, let me tell you, yes, indeed, he loves Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
There are
Posters?
cutouts from magazines
No.
on the billboard.
Absolutely.
It's
Really?
Absolutely.
adorable.
So wait, with all this evidence, you're going to say not Jennifer Love
Let me
Hewitt?
say this.
because of
now,
Did you write her a letter?
Call me Love Hewitt. Call me John Mayer.
as an adult, I look at like Sarah Michelle Gellar in Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions, yeah.
And she is just the sexiest thing on the planet in that movie.
I mean, I give that
she
to
is
you. She is.
insanely sexy in that. You look like you go back and you watch that movie now, and we were blessed to have received that movie when we did in our teenage years for like both sexes, because like Ryan Phillippe is like an impossibly beautiful person too.
Who's also like his character's like really smart and like that movie.
So I don't
That
know.
movie's
Sarah Michelle
like-
Gellar.
And Selma Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blair.
Yeah.
That I remember that kiss. I was like, oh,
Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
The-
too.
my dick just came online.
The sex
Get out of the
scene-
way, pillow!
The sex scene in Cruel
Daddy's
Intentions.
gonna work.
But the sex scene in Cruel Intentions, like, ridiculous.
So yeah, like I understand. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt as much as the next person, but like Sarah Michelle Gellar in Cruel Intentions is so top shelf.
Yeah, I've never seen Jennifer Love Hewitt like be incredibly sexy in really anything. Like not to that degree of like dark.
She's
sexy.
just hot.
Yeah.
What's that movie where
all I need.
her and
Sigourney Weaver.
Seth Green?
Oh.
No, it was a movie.
Can't hardly wait.
Can't hardly wait. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's where she looks like.
Oh, wait, no, I have seen that. That's The House Party.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
that's one of Taryn's favorite movies, right?
Probably.
I feel like it. I feel like it is.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard her say that. That makes sense.
Everybody name your favorite 90s rom-com on 3. 1, 2, 3. Clueless. Nope, nobody else did it. Assholes.
I was processing. I was like,
Click,
you got
click,
mail?
click.
No,
Damn
no,
it.
no. You got mail? No. You got mail? Fuck no.
I was like, I don't think that's.
Of course
outta here,
it's
Hank.
You've Got Mail. Are you kidding me? If it's not You've Got Mail, come on.
Well, I had to think like, did I see a rom com in the 90s?
I know.
God dang.
When did
Rom-com.
Serendipity come out?
Okay, I was
High fidelity
obsessed.
count?
I was obsessed with Serendipity when I was in college, and I hated it. But I watched it.
But I love the
time.
concept.
No, I hated it. I was like, this is so bad. It's so cheesy. It's so terrible. I'm going to watch it every weekend. And I would watch it and be like, I hate this, but I love it.
Oh, Katawa Shoujo.
So why didn't
I want a mod where you're John Cusack in this. Hasao is actually replaced with a
God.
picture of John Cusack, and you play.
But everything else is
think it-
exactly the
Everything
same.
else is
I think it would play the
And I would
same.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would play the same.
And I'd be like, that's Rob from
That's
High
Rob.
Fidelity. Yep, that's him.
You gotta pay extra for Jack Black.
Kenji is replaced by Jack Black. God, now I want to recast
That would
it with
really work.
real live pictures for all the guys and girls.
Jack Black dressed as Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy plays all the girls.
He was nominated for an Oscar for the
Christmas
makeup.
with the Katawa Shoujos.
It's pretty good.
I wish the storylines would have kind of intertwined a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you could have kind of dated a few
Played
of the
the
girls.
field a little
yeah.
You can sort of play both.
Galen, your grimace is just like
I just can't believe we're not talking about how bad the writing is.
It's bad.
Sentences.
It's bad.
There's a point where he's talking about the blind girl. What's her name?
Lily.
Yes,
Lily.
thank
So
you.
they're in I guess it's like when they're in, I don't even remember, but he's like, oh, we finished the conversation and she pulled out a cane. But unlike the cane that teacher used for support, this was a cane for feeling her way around. It's like, yes, we all know that
she's
some
blind.
blind people use canes. We fucking know. You don't have to explain it to me like I'm 3 years old. I know.
He is an over
She pulled out a
explainer.
cane,
Yeah.
and this cane was clearly one from Thailand, meant to discipline those who had broken the law.
But not even that interesting.
No.
Just like you're
she
right.
was
Just
like-
explaining like
If she had been like the Sandman in that moment from ECW and started beating the shit out of him, I would have been like, okay,
I'd have been
sure.
like, oh.
Singapore cane, cool.
There's a moment where he's having a conversation with the girl and her translator. And they're like, oh, you should properly research things before they do them. Like before you go to the convenience store, you should research which one you want to go to make sure they have what you want. And I was like, I'm dying. Every moment this is happening, I am losing seconds that I could be spending with my family, with actual books.
It's almost like they designed this game to have a peripheral that is registers your pulse or something, and
Yeah.
as your blood pressure rises as you play the game, your arrhythmia.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we could all stand to do a little more research before we go to a new convenience
That
store.
is
let's be
true.
fair.
You know?
That is true.
You know.
How big of Funyun bags do you have there, ma'am?
I hope so badly that Nicole's listening to this episode and she went, huh, I should do that. I should do that to know what products I need.
'Cause what if you go to the wrong convenience store? You know what I will say?
You look like
Maybe
a
that's
jerk.
advice I should take because I occasionally go to the Circle K and they don't have what I want, and I just
The Walmarts here all carry different things. So you also
know.
don't know where you need to go for.
The Kroger's
it's
as
fair.
well. It's a
you know
crapshoot.
what? I'm going to retract that criticism.
Yeah, I think you owe
I'm sorry.
Four Leaf an
Yeah.
apology.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Four Leaf. You're fine.
Now you had to
writers.
play their second game.
Great.
That's the rule.
Awesome.
Katawa Shoujo.
Oh no!
Yeah!
No!
Man, wow. From downtown.
Oh my god!
3-point state of mind, just like Tom Gugliotta.
I want to see how active their subreddit
Tom
is.
Google. Leota.
Katawa Shoujo Reddit.
Yeah, I was actually looking at their Reddit because of course I want to see all of these anime girls naked now. So
I didn't get to see them all naked.
I didn't see any of them naked. I didn't make it that far.
Oh,
You're the only one not
look,
going to jail
Look at
today.
all these. Look at all these links to DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's
Link in the show notes.
pretty fucking weird.
Oh my god!
They're just like, and some of them are just like pleasant, Hanoko just
The ones that are just kind of pleasant are a little more disturbing
Yeah,
than the ones
that's
that are
the worst.
overtly sexual.
I played this game for the first time and ended up spending my weekend with Hanako.
No. God, no. No, 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 no.
Hey, you might want to get us. You might want to get me a Lily body pillow. Go ahead, TADPOG Nation.
Yes, I will do that for you.
Send me a waifu, please.
We have enough Patreon money, Tyler, that I think we can spend it on a Lily body pillow for you.
This is
Do you guys want to know what
Why
your
stop there?
hard-earned money went to? Here
My
it is.
wall of amiibos and 5 Katawa Shoujo body pillows.
Check Instagram.
Yeah. So the next time you go through McDonald's drive-thru, you'll have a different pillow in your lap.
Oh, this isn't in my lap. I'll have her up beside me.
yeah. This will be great
What did you want?
because then you can drive in the
Speak up,
HOV
honey.
lane. That'll be great.
We're gonna need a small fry, please.
She's
She's
You might
shy.
wonder why she has blonde hair. She's French.
I know what you were thinking. She kind of looks Japanese,
And
half
this
Japanese.
this cane she has in her hand, it's not like the other cane you
No.
It's for mobility.
It's from it's so she can get around because she can't see.
Because she's a pillow.
She's student body president.
She's from class 2.
I could have fucked her cousin Shizune, but I didn't.
No, I made the right choice.
Yeah.
Lily's best girl, McDonald's worker. Lily's best girl. That's not so weird. Is that other pillow in your lap? Oh
Man, you're a normal guy, is what she would say, I bet.
Everything about this checks out. I am not concerned.
No, not at the least.
okay. I was worried about this link called Hanako's Pokemon. I was like, is Hanako has a Pokemon?
You gotta catch them all.
But no, just her holding a Pokemon.
It's a mashup.
Yep.
Crossover
Okay.
episode.
Okay. Emmy at her Emmyest.
This hurts.
Oh, here's some fan fiction.
Oh shit.
A wedding with Lily.
Oh no, I don't. I'm done.
I can't.
I'm tapping out.
I can't.
Oh no, now see I'm back in.
Emmy's winter break. Empty hallways.
Oh, dude, I'd rather eat a plum.
Oh man. Yeah, each girl has copious amounts of fan fiction.
Man.
Super excited about
Man.
You sound deeply sad.
I am sad. This is making me sad.
Chandra, please peruse some of this fan fiction and call in readings.
All right.
Whatever the juiciest fan fiction is that you can find.
That's our silver lining.
fan fiction. See, now we've hit on my interests.
Yeah?
Fan fiction.
Yeah?
Oh, I was quite the fan fiction writer.
What was your specialty?
I wrote a fair amount of Harry Potter fan fiction.
Yeah.
But I think I wrote more Aladdin fan fiction.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a very sad, lost look in my eyes.
No, it seemed like you were about to share something very real and then
Yep.
decided not to.
And I know exactly what it is.
Oh, please.
Oh, come on.
Oh, please.
Come on.
Another day.
Go ahead, Jacob.
This should have been on the interview episode, but we never touched on it.
Damn.
Never touched on how much. It's obviously she would have loved to talk about her fan fiction.
But we talked about genies and you didn't just jump in there.
That's a good point.
No, it's really on you. I
Right
feel
over
like you
my
owe
head.
it.
Right over my head.
All right.
Here's one about the game from Emmy's perspective. And she has a mantra she chants as she
This
runs.
episode is dumb.
As opposed to
This is dumb.
And this is the 300th one.
I know. Do you remember the one where they just described photos and pictures on the internet? Yeah. That was our 300th episode, right? Yeah.
I like
really
making
exciting.
the decisions. What game do you want to do? You know. You know.
Are we going to talk about it? No, I'm just going to browse Reddit.
This is just as valid. This is exactly what would have happened if you guys had been like, hey, Jacob, whenever you're coming on, we'll talk about what you've been playing. And I was like, all right, NBA 2K16. Like, the exact same kind of thing would be happening.
speaking of
Yeah.
We
which,
wouldn't be talking as much
No,
about
we wouldn't
What
be
players
high-
did you
high
romance?
school girl, but it would be
Let's see if there's any fanfic or deviant art for
it
all
would
these
be
players.
like
Did
as
you rom-
empty.
Did you have anal sex with Curry in the track shed? Did you?
I've never done this before.
So
Hit me from
much.
way downtown.
don't worry, we'll use an entire bottle of lube. Which also, an entire bottle of lube is way too much.
That's too much.
I mean,
lube.
everything's
too
smaller in
much.
Japan.
Oh no, that's right. It was like a tiny one shaped like a cat. When you pop the lid, it goes meow 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 meow.
I was thinking about the butthole, not about the.
I was as well, which made that great. It was like a trap. I have this image of like the trap door from Wizard of Oz.
Who goes there?
Meow 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 meow. I'm the butt cat.
Haven't you guys ever been to Japan? That's what I was describing.
haven't.
The butts.
I have
Talking
it,
about
but
the
I
butts.
gotta go.
I was with you.
That's
The
basically the entire second episode of Girls this season.
Oh my god, yes.
I was with you on that whole point. So I was imagining like the lube bottle being like that fortune cat you see in like Chinese, Japanese restaurants.
Good luck that waves.
You pull the arm down and it like drools a drop of lube and you hold it over your asshole and pump the arm several times.
Wave faster, kitty. Wave faster.
Okay, that's time. We're good.
Oh my god.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
We're shutting it down. We're done.
Wait, no
That's it.
beards? No glasses?
Oh,
we
shit.
never talked about any of that.
Do you have any of those things?
I can make him up. I
Fuck
didn't think
it.
about it.
300. Fuck it. This is where we just stop giving a shit.
This is you guys are listening to the final episode of that podcast.
Oh man, they've really unraveled on episode 300.
Yeah, we have to play this fucking game.
It was just like a deep existential crisis for the soul of
You
TADPOG.
guys are welcome.
I want you to know
This
that I did finish this game. That was a goal to finish this game.
I did
Yep.
not finish this. And there was a point pretty early on where I was like, I'm not going to do this.
Oh, I got there too, and I was like, "Fuck it." And it was like I was thinking about what you said in your interview about. It's like, I guess I'm a real gamer. I guess I'm a real visual novel reader.
I got to do this. I got to do this.
See, somebody have the ROM hack of Katawa Shoujo, but with Disney characters. So Galen will finish all of it with all the endings.
That would be fun.
Who gets
I love
it?
Disney.
Who gets
You
it in the
could just
track
get
shed?
the Hanako Disney Infinity character.
It's so glitchy.
Somebody 3D print me Katawa Shoujo amiibos, please.
Oh, wow.
man. That would actually be that would be cool.
So which Disney character seriously gets it in the track shed?
Merida.
That's what I was thinking.
She is a child. She is like 11.
So is Emmy.
We're big Game of Thrones
This
fans
this
here.
pedophilia
Guys,
simulator.
She's like 11?
Well, maybe not 11, but she's not. She's a
like
kid.
marrying age.
She is not
isn't
of
it?
anal
no,
age.
she's a kid.
regardless.
I don't know. I've
She's
never
a kid.
seen Brave, so
Well,
in all
yeah.
fairness.
No, I mean, I think it's obviously Esmeralda.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Although she's
Good
not
point.
technically a princess.
No, but Esmeralda's
Doesn't have
not
to be a
like
princess.
not into it though.
if it's done wrong, I mean,
I would say it was done wrong in the track shed.
If
you
it's
do
with the
propel her
Hunchback of
from a
Notre
wheelchair
Dame.
before you do it.
yeah, she's Phoebus or bust. She's like,
Excuse me, only golden idols. Thank you.
Okay, I don't understand any of this. now.
God dang it, watch a movie.
Maybe it's Jasmine. She's curious and she might do it wrong. She's adventurous.
Galen, is it Jasmine?
I don't know.
Galen, is it Jasmine?
I feel like
Galen's a little bit close to it.
I feel like Jasmine would approach something like that with a little more research.
Yeah.
She wouldn't just be like, let's.
Well, by asking Raja, she's not gonna know.
I am no prize to be won.
No, it would
And
have
there's
to
Gilbert
be.
Godfrey.
On this week's Tadpog, Jacob does an impression of Jasmine.
That is going in the description right now.
This week on TADPOG. Cut.
Oh. Well, next episode, we don't know what we'll do. Something for other shit
I
might be
want beards and
related.
glasses. I want them.
Okay.
I want them. Give them to me.
See,
Damn.
achievements, got to catch them all. You have sex with everyone.
All right.
You have sex with everyone.
Everyone.
Let's see. And then beards, I would have to give this. I don't think any characters in this game have a beard.
What was that noise?
No, I was making mouth noises.
John.
That's my butt cat. Come
John
on.
Holmes
Come on.
mustache.
It's John Holmes mustache.
Is that how big his how is? I just no wonder. Poor Emmy.
And Lily and all of them.
Problematic.
And for glasses,
Kenji wears glasses. There you go.
yeah,
There's
I guess
that.
so.
Yes.
Harry Potter's glasses. I put this on par with the Harry Potter series.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm glad that I asked for that.
I want to hear.
Now you've offended me.
I want to hear Jim Dale narrate Katawa Shoujo, or Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
I'll take Stephen.
Stephen Fry does all the girls' voices. Jim Dale does his how.
And Kenji.
And
And the nurse, who I thought was going to be romanceable. Right? Because I felt like that dude was coming on to me at every turn.
He's very professional.
Come on, Asao, take off your pants.
Oh man. Thanks for listening. Clearly we've earned your 5-star iTunes review.
We fought through this one.
This is a good one.
Clearly.
No joke. This is a good one.
So please go to iTunes, find TADPOG, subscribe, give us a 5-star review, write a review. So if there's a game you want us to play, guest host for a certain episode, or a Patreon request, please include it there. We promise we will get to that.
Eventually. Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about something. Who knows? 301. It's a new start. That's what we'll call it. 301, a new start. In the meantime, you can always
For
find
TADPOG
us
301, we're doing books.
300 to 400. We're going to read 3 books a week and talk about them.
We're addicted now.
Can't wait for
All visual novels.
301 is infinite jest. Hope you enjoy it.
No, I can't pretend like 20 games in my Steam library are not visual novels that I got for like 25 cents on a Steam sale.
Yeah.
So
Are you gonna play them all?
eventually,
You like it, right?
I do. I like them.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people do. I don't think I can do. I don't know. I guess I could do another one for the show, but I don't think I'll ever play one for pleasure.
Yeah.
What was that game that we played? It wasn't a novel so much. It wasn't a visual novel so much, but it was an iPhone game or an iPad game that was story
Device
based.
6.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was very.
What is it?
It's it is sort of a visual novel, but there's more of a video game element to it. You would actually love it, Dave. I think that the design is
It's beautiful.
very clear, very nice.
What's it called?
Device 6.
And it's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle game. So
Yeah.
in order to advance in the story through the chapters, you have to solve puzzles.
Okay.
If you if you buy it for, I think it's probably like $5 or something like that. If you buy it for your iPad and you don't like it, I'll give you $5. Like
Yeah.
I feel that
It's very
confident
cool.
you will
All
like
right.
it.
That's like a developer's guarantee there. I like it. I also want to say, Galen, I want to look you in the eyes and say,
Right.
I don't mind seeing cartoon titties in a game. So I don't want you to feel
glad
like
you
all my
shared that with
decisions
me.
that I'm making are based on that, because I did really like Honey Pop. That's a much better game than this.
I wonder
And
if
what's
Naked
the-
Lunch is a visual novel anywhere. Just- Give me something raw.
And what's the one with the oh shit. I just broke this couch.
Yay!
What's the one with where you're trying to romance pigeons?
Oh, Hateful Boyfriend.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What?
that was a better. That was a
That's
better
what you can listen
game.
to on the way home tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
All
a better
right.
game than this one,
All right.
and I didn't like it very much either. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. I got all kinds of things in here.
Our 10-part series on Proust, 301 through 311.
You can find us on Facebook. Facebook.com/tadpog. A lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. Leave a comment, I guess. Let us know. Let us know. Just how'd you what'd you expect?
Let
on
us
episode
know.
300?
Let us know.
Yeah. Just I'm gonna print that on a banner, put it on the wall here.
Tadpog, let us know.
We're on Twitter. You can find us there at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you to everybody who retweets us. Probably not this one, but we'll see. And then you can call us if you want. You want to call us? We got a phone number. 270-883-2555. Leave a voicemail. Send me a text. What was your first track field experience like? Let us know.
This episode makes me feel like Jim Norton because it's like, no, Bailey J, yeah, no, I like Katawa Shoujo, I like fucking the cartoon girls. No, I'm an honest to God pervert. That's just what I'm into.
That's who I am. You can't change me. I wouldn't want to.
So if you want to send us stuff, we welcome that. Please, intros, even if it's sour plums, clearly we'll eat it. So please send
again.
anything you want to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We also have an Instagram at TADPOG_podcast. I need to take a picture of these plums.
Yeah.
Galen, our theme song.
It is Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Where can a link to that track be found?
Why, it's in the show notes.
Where's that at?
TADPOG.com.
Yeah.
There
that's
you go.
pretty good.
Got
I
it,
knew
got
all
it,
the
no
answers
problem.
this time.
Yeah.
I finally knew them all.
So how do you guys want to close this out?
Like Whitney Houston.
All right.
We're done.
I'm glad that you said that because my suggestion was going to be a lot worse.
Oh, what was your suggestion going to be?
Everyone eat a plum.
No.
Say tropical
way.
Capricorn.
Fuck out of
plum
here.
in your mouth.
way. I did it once. I'm
Now
done.
let's mash those two ideas together.
You guys, I wonder what it would sound like if Whitney Houston ate the sourest plum in the world.
I think it sounded a little something like this. You got your chocolate and my peanut butter.
Give me a singer. Oh, I think I heard Whitney Houston. Give me the sourest thing in the world. Oh, plum.
the Umabashi sour plum.
Oh, right, you're good.
Name what's a job you would like to have?
Dentist office. Okay.
I need an Oasis song.
And a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2.
So until next time. Tropical Capricorn.
Well, we all did the
Harmony.
Yeah. I mean, kinda.
Oh my god.
I love all of you.
That was fun. That was fun. Oh my
that's so
god.
good.
I
What
love
one is
it.
that?
There's modern Seinfeld, but the one that I really love is Seinfeld 2000,
That,
which
yeah.
is the one that is like just insanity where the guy is like he's every 20th tweet or something like that is like Jerry get iPad.